This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so now let's get started. Okay, so we'll see how we will do arithmetic operation. Okay, so mainly you can use a command like expr. Okay, so if you want to do something, some arithmetic calculation, expr is the command that you can use. So expr, then 1 plus 2 or whatever this thing. So this command will return some values. Okay, see, if you want this to be stored in a variable, how we will do? See, where 1 equal to, see, you need to choose a backquote in between this command, backquote or dollar parenthesis. So okay, let me do it with a backquote. So if I just do dollar var 1, you can see this value is stored. കുഞ്ഞോളെ അങ്ങ് കൂട്ടിക്കോളാം ഹാളിന്ന് കളിച്ച പോയിട്ട്. Okay, so expr you can use. Okay, so we will see how expr works. So a equal to 10, b equal to 2, then expr dollar a plus dollar b, so that will return, see, the sum of these two. Okay, and if I use a minus b, so that is also okay. A divided by, that is also okay. So a star b, that is also okay. So but if I just use this one, you can see so expr is a command that you can use. So and also this space is also very important here. If you don't leave space, then it's something different. So you even whatever the operation you are doing, plus, minus or division, so you have to leave one space and use. So expr, then first variable, then space is there, then operator, then there is one more space, the second one. So you can use this expr command to do all this arithmetic operation. So whenever you do something on the shell scripting, so you can just use the backquote. You will see some simple example, calculator.sh. Okay, so use a read. So print something on the screen, -p, enter first number. കുഞ്ഞോളെ അങ്ങ് പോട്, അങ്ങ് പോയി കളിച്ച്, അങ്ങ് പോയി കളിച്ച്. First number num1 and read -p, enter second number. Okay, so I'm just reading these two variables, num1 and num2. Okay, so reading from the keyboard and storing it into this variable. So I can have like sum1 equal to backquote expr dollar num1 plus space dollar num2, then ending this backquote. Then what is the subtracted value? Then I can just use the same thing, only the difference is minus, then okay, I can just use this as difference and multiplied value equal to this one star. Then what is the division? Then I can use num1 divided by num2. Then I can print like sum is dollar sum1. Difference is okay. So I'm writing like this way. So basically I'm reading two variables, so num1 and num2. So when so the -p option is just for printing this message on the screen, and when I type the values, so it will be stored into these variables. And here I'm adding these two numbers together, so num1 and num2. So here, so subtracting the values, here multiplying, and here doing the division, and this echo is basically printing, so this results on the screen. So here let me go to this one and add execute permission, then execute. So the first number I'm just using 100 and second number 2. So here you can see the thing is whenever you do this way multiplication within this one, so normally it's always better you add a backslash, because so it's having some different meaning. So when you choose this star, so before that not this division, just a backslash, then execute, you won't get that syntax error. So here, so 10 102, then we have got syntax error somewhere, and some then difference multiplied value is missing, so the multiplication is showing some error. So then I added this parameter, and so now if I use the same, so there is no error this time. So some multiplied value, difference, everything we got. Okay, so always use backslash in multiplication. So you can do arithmetic operation using expr. So expr is basically a Linux command, so that do this arithmetic operation, so addition, subtraction, modulus operation, all those things. So only thing you need to remember is just for multiplication, just before star, use a backslash. And the same thing you can use calculator to hash accelerator bin bash. So this is my shell, and read -p, enter first number, then num1, read -p, enter second number, num2. Then I can use this one also, so dollar parenthesis okay, sorry, not this one, expr, so this space is okay, but in during expr, so between this plus and variable, here also and here also the space is must. I'm using this addition this time, so you can use the subtraction. multiplication also. Okay, so this is calculator 2. Add execute permission for this calculator 2. Okay, so calculator 2.sh. Oh, sorry, I need to use execute permission. So, not C, x permission dot slash calculator 2.sh. So the first number 100, second number 2, you can see. So this is also working. So but this dollar parenthesis is similar to this backout. Okay, and for adding numbers we have multiple options also. Okay, so we will see. Okay, so let me read. First number, then num1, okay, so two numbers I'm reading. So and then sum equal to, so dollar parenthesis parenthesis, then dollar num1 plus dollar num2. Okay, so this calculator 3. So see 103. So this is another way. I think this space is not sensitive. Okay, that is also fine. Even this space also. Yeah, that is also fine. So this is another way. So expr is a 1 and dollar parenthesis 2 parenthesis, and within that we have our expression. So you can use this, sorry. Okay, so these two lines I'm copying, and I can add subtraction, division, and differences. And multiplication. Okay, Okay. So the problem with all this calculator is something like, so even if you are dividing, so it is supposed to be 33.33 something, but it's printing only the numeric value. Okay, so even expr also do the same. So if I do expr 100 divided by 3, so I'll be getting 33 only. So what I'm trying to say here is we have learned two options to read. I mean to do the calculator. So one is expr, second is this one, and we have one more. So that is let. So we can use the let command to do that. Okay, so you can just use let a equal to 100, then let a equal to a plus 30, then echo value of a is calculator for see. So one interesting thing is normally we use a dollar $a for this thing and in operation and all, but here you can see with inside the let we are just using a itself, not dollar $a. So I just added this two. Okay, so one more exercise I will show you. A equal to 100, b equal to 3, let sum equal to a plus b, calculator 5. See, inside the let you know to do dollar and all. So let sum equal to this one, and I can just try the division here. Okay, and execute it from here. So here also 33. Okay, so let you can use for like increment operation and all we can do with the let. Calculator 6. Okay, so a equal to 0, let a plus plus, this also you can use. Okay, then new value of a is $a. So what I'm saying is you need not to prefix dollar before a, that is only inside the let expression. So I initialized variable a to 0 and then using let a plus plus, I mean incrementing that. So this will be useful if you are doing inside some loop or condition statement. So this is something like won't be that much code if you use the let command. Otherwise you have to use expr a plus 1 and all. So I'm just adding execute permission to calculator 6 and executing that calculator 6. So you can see initially it was 0 and let a plus plus, that means I incremented this value. Okay, so are you clear on this arithmetic operation? Okay, so we have seen if condition, and similarly we will do one thing called a case. So if you are familiar with the C programming sometime, so you might heard about the switch case. Okay, so normally in case of if we have some condition and or set of conditions to check. Based on that, so we will decide which one to execute. And here also we do the same or similar way that we do in if statement. So but this is something like syntax is something slightly different, and we will see that. I am just writing. Okay, first I am reading from the keyboard. So hyphen p, then enter your vehicle. Okay, so this is nothing like I'm reading from the keyboard and storing whatever the value I entered into this variable. Then I'm just okay, what my requirement is, so based on the vehicle I just need to print the rental value or something, whatever it may be. Okay, so for that I use case. So you know the if statement is should end with the 5. So here also the case statement should end with e. Okay, so that is this character, right? Just reverse e s a c. So if you have one case, so it should end with ESA. Okay, so it's nothing but this one, just a mirror these characters. So the last character will come first and then next and next. So this is something like how the case block looks like. So we have a case, then end ESA, then case immediately we'll have something. Okay, so which variable you need to check? So that in, I'm just checking whether this value or this variable is matching with anyone. If based on the matching, I do my logic. Say for example, if it's car, then just write so echo car. Okay, I can write in the next line also. And once this is done, then I have like similar to else, I have a default option. So okay, so this is something like a switch case. So we have an expression, or it can be a variable, or it can be a value that we will match with a set of things. So how this works is, in the case, so this is a variable here that will check whether that is matching with this one. I mean, so here it will do a string comparison. It check whether the vehicle is car, then do this and come out. And if vehicle is bus, then do this and come out. So this is the standard syntax. You should not ignore this double quote. And star means if I'm reading anything other than bus or car, definitely it will print the sorry message. Okay, so vehicle, it's bus. Yeah, it's printing bus. So if I print car, then if I print lorry, it should say sorry. So this is the script looks like. And so if I just type bus, then this variable will have the value bus, then that will be compared against all this one by one. So that will compare with this string car, but if that is matching, it will execute this and come out. Okay, because it should not look into the next combination if it found one matching. Next, if this is not matching, it will go ahead and try to match this string. If that is matching, then execute that and come out of this case. But if nothing is working, and the last we have the star. Star means like a wildcard. So it's something like so it will accept everything. So before star, if nothing is matching, then definitely it will do this star block. If I just use bus, then if I just use something, see it's saying so sorry. You can see a lot more examples. Case. See, here also, here is just like reading, okay, and that is comparing with this combination. So this is similar to the one we tried, and if you go to the other one, see, so here also the similar combination. See, you can see every block will have a 2 semicolon. Okay, so what here it's checking is option, what are the options we have, then if that is just to compare with these different options, and based on that it to print. And the one thing I just want to show you is, like, if you ignore this, just I can use comment. I'm just commenting out all these. Then if I do execute, we can see some syntax error. So that is something like in case block. So this is the standard syntax. You should not uh, ignore this one, two semicolons. Okay, so this is the string comparison, and let me write one more. Okay, so this is something like a numeric comparison. I'm just reading a number and checking that number is matching with this one. Okay, uh, so instead of this number or just a variable, you can use this expression also, or variable. So basically we do this just similar to if else statement. Okay, so just remember the syntax. So case some variable in, then we have list of value, and again each block will have two semicolons, and at last we have ESAC statement. This is how this case statement work. Okay, I'll give you one exercise. Okay, so read two numbers. Keyboard, so you know how to read. Okay, say for example store that into two variable num1 and num2, and select type of operation. It can be addition, subtraction, multiplication. So for example you can just print like this: addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So just read from the user, like it's okay. So read from the user what is the type of operation. So you can just print like this and read. So read values. See, just operator. Okay, so you read the value as operator from the user and then do a case statement, and based on the operator value, so do a sum or subtraction and print that. So the requirement is clear. Okay, so I'll repeat once again. See, what we need is we need to read two numbers basically from the input, and user choose type of operation: addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. And so this is also that also we will read from this operator. So maybe we are reading like a sub, mul, then division, uh, sum, etc., some variables. So based on this operator variables or value, so we will do a switch case statement and do that operation. So can you try that and read at least reach to a logic how this execute. Okay, so you can take just 5 minutes time and try to practice. If you don't have a environment to test it, at least try use a notepad and try to write. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Hello. Hello. Okay, so let's try this case. Okay, case 3.sh, then hash explanation bin bash. So read Okay, I'm reading these two numbers into these variables num1 and num2, and just then just one for addition. Okay, so read choice. Okay, so case choice in. Okay, so I'm just choosing. So this is add, then sum equal to, I can use a expr or let or whatever the operator, and dollar num1 plus dollar num2, and ending this back out, and I can print echo sum is dollar sum, and 2 semicolon, and if it is subtraction, then okay, so I'm writing like this way. Okay, let me, so 100 and 2, and so for just type add, then it will do this addition. If I do subtraction, sorry, I need to choose the numbers first, and subtraction, yes, then multiplication, division. So this is how you can slightly change this logic or somewhere. Again, I'm not saying okay follow this exactly this way. So this printing and all, you can choose some other options. So basically what we need is to read two numbers from the keyboard, and also the read type of operation that we need from the keyboard. So it can be addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. So read from the keyboard. So once it's read, so use a case statement, and based on that choice, so this case statement will get executed. So if it's addition, so this block will get executed and come out. So if it's subtraction, only this block get executed, multiplication only this block, and division, so this block get executed. So this is how this case statement works. Any questions here?